To import leads into the REIFlow system, you're required to use the REIFlow Import tool. The Podio Import tool, while can import records into each app, is limited in the fact that it only can insert records into a particular app at a time. So when you're uploading a lead, if you have a property and contacts information associated with the lead, then the import tool probably won't work for you too well. Also, the REIFlow Import tool makes sure the proper automations get run and information is attached to the lead. The Podio tool won't do that for you. So let me demonstrate how to import into REIFlow using the REIFlow Import tool. So we're here on the activity page. You'll see, we'll go to the leads just to show you I have no leads in the system. Go to activity, and you'll want to go to the import tool. You can get there by going to import leads here, clicking on this link, or scrolling down and going to the import page here. So we'll click there. The REIFlow.com members dashboard will come up for you, and in the imports tab. Now, the first time you go through this, you want to make sure you read all this information, because there's some rules and some information that you should know when importing leads. For instance, you should use the provided import template. At this time, REIFlow doesn't support any other templates because you have to have specific fields in order to have the automatic field mapping set up. So you also have to use an Excel file in XLS or XLSX format. And once you upload your leads to the REIFlow system, leads will begin to be imported in batches of 400 per hour. Actually, that's 800 per hour now. What this means is that you'll be uploading your leads into a queue, and that queue is comprised of all users' leads. And because of this limitation that I'll tell you in a second, that it needs to be done this way. So that limitation is Podio's fault, in that Podio API has a limitation of 4,000 created items per hour for all users combined for REIFlow. Because each lead imported into REIFlow creates 3 items, a lead, a property, and a contact, REIFlow must throttle the number of leads imported into the system to prevent hitting the hourly call limit. If you hit the hourly call limit, that means that no other API calls can be made, and all the automations will be shut down until the end of the hour, at which time the limit is reset. So the system, REIFlow system, is currently set up to only import 800 leads per hour on a 10-minute interval. So 80 per hour or something around there. And that equals 2,400 items created per hour. That leaves 1,600 creates left per hour for other normal system use. Leads will be imported on a first-come, first-served basis, taking into account all REIFlow system users. Like I said before, you upload your leads into the REIFlow database, and it enters into a queue, and that queue is imported from earliest to latest. And you can monitor your status through a link below, and I'll show you that. So here are the instructions. First, you want to download the Excel import tool by clicking on this link. Click on this link, download it, and then take a look. What you'll see is this very simple spreadsheet. Basically, it just lists the field column names that map to the correct fields in the database. At this time, it doesn't support adding any more fields, and you got to make sure the lead types match, lead type and lead source match what you have in the REIFlow setup. So that is what I'm talking about. We go into the leads. We'll click add lead. So these are the lead types. You have to have probate, absentee, foreclosure, REO, or other. And the source, direct mail, website, banded sign, referral, and other. So one of these values has to be put into these fields. If you put an invalid value, the upload won't work and it'll fail. So let's move on to the next step since we've downloaded this. So the next step is to update the import template with your information. So I went ahead and did that with 4 leads that I have. See here? I filled in the lead types with these, lead sourced, and I put in a lead date. So now let's import these records. Come here, so I'll click the Upload Leads button. Select Costello Family Leads. That was the template I showed you. Open. So now it's ready. We click Upload Leads. This uploads the leads to the REIFlow database and into the queue. Page will refresh. You'll see the list of the leads that were uploaded, as well as the record, the header record for the list. Now you can further click into the details, and it will show you a list of all the leads that are ready to be imported and a status of pending. Now every 10 minutes, the REIFlow system will run a process that checks the queue table. If there are any records in there, it takes the top 80, or the 80 most recent ones, and we'll upload those. And then 10 minutes later, it'll do the same thing. Now, for this video, I'm just going to manually run that process so you can see what happens to this table. So do this, run that process. It's been run. Now if I refresh this table, this page, you'll see that each of the leads have been imported, the import date, and this is actually the item number of the lead that has been imported, so you can tell what it is. If there was an error, if one of these leads did not get in, the status would be error, and this would be a message saying why it didn't get in. So let's go back to REIFlow and we'll check out the leads. So let's refresh this. And there you go. There are the 4 leads that were imported into REIFlow from an Excel file. Now I know it's fairly limited because you have to use the Excel template, but that's necessary for now to make the process as smooth as possible. In the future, I'll come up with a way so you can map fields yourself and upload it that way. But I'll click through this so you can see exactly what the lead looks like after importing. So this is the lead app and this is the lead information. You have the property and the contact. Let's click into the property. You'll have the map. There'll be no details or anything put in because this is the basic lead. Go back to the lead, look at the contact, see the first name, last name, email address, and phone. These default to other as the type of email and phone, and the mailing address will go here. Additionally, it defaults a type to property and who is this to the owner. So that's the import process. It should be fairly straightforward. It works pretty good. And just remember that it's not instant. You have to wait for your turn for the leads to come in. Perhaps in most cases, it'll happen that day. If there's a lot of imports into the system or thousands of records, then it may take a while. But they'll come in as they go. And again, you can check the status by coming into the Imports tab, scrolling down, seeing the list that you want or imported. This will give you the full status of the list, the total number of leads in the list, and the leads that actually have been imported. So if only 2 of them came in in this 80 batch that were uploaded, then you'll see 2. If all 4, then 4. And you can click on details to see the details to see which records have been imported. If you have any questions or problems, please email me at support@reiflow.com. Thank you.